Hey collectors, I am convinced I was part of the illegal programming or COINTELPRO. Just reading the description of all the harassment, the stalking, the wiretapping, which is a smart line on the building, um, false information, um, changing my arrest record, and personal information on the state side. What is it? Um, Illegal surveillance, cameras in my apartment, trying to embarrass me, videotaping my child, even in his intimate moments, as far as, when naked, basically, coming out the bathroom, and cameras in the bathroom and shit like that. And, I don't care what nobody say. Um, a majority of the apartments in Sacramento, in my town, that I do know have hidden cameras, and the public is viewing these things. I guess in the case of a smear campaign, and that's just how I felt. Just reading the description. I mean, I knew about COINTELPRO, but I'm thinking that the operation stopped during the 70s, but of course, those descendants of those movements back then and the change of the climate of political affiliations and personal beliefs and whatever case may be, these agencies put you, or locally put you on a list. See, now, in my case, they had spreaded rumors. That's part of COINTELPRO, saying that I was against the government, a prostitute, and alcoholic, and what else they said? Don't keep house, whatever, and what else they said? I'm abusive, and some other stuff they said a whole lot of stuff. And then I'm like, what? But they couldn't say it in my face, you know what I mean? They were smearing my name. They had the whole community surveilling me and everything else. People getting murdered in the community, and unsolved cases. And even though they know who did it, they will not say a word. Part of it has to do with the scam with, in my opinion, possibly insurance, or take the person out for organ harvesting. I don't know for sure. I'm just speculating. But just thinking about it, because when I was in this child support stuff, that court is the one who possibly, because they didn't want the truth to come out, what happened. See, everybody knew the truth in regards to that child support case that I had. And by doing a custody hearing, I keep saying over and over again, but a custody hearing, a child support, matter, or courtroom, whatever, or calendar. And I still have the copies. I have to locate those as well, and I'll upload those. But throughout the years, even when I was trying to work and everything else, and I know my ex was part of it because he sent documents to the county, services and some kind of nonsense. But moving to the Highlands, I mean, I never experienced it. I mean, probably there was some before because of my family, this premeditation, and I believe, in regards to my mom's demise, my grandfather, and and what else, whoever else, because it's been heavy on my heart for years. But moving to the Highlands, everybody was in the background, so to speak, like, meaning to say that people were breaking into my apartment, taking my shit, moving shit around. And, like I said before, a tarot messenger even said, yeah, when you move, you're going to find your things. Because, remind you, a couple years back, I think it's 2020, if not 2021, I can't remember the exact year. Because when I went to court, small claims, for the, the problems in my unit, and then the restraining order. And then when I came home, I noticed my mom and my dad's picture was missing. And then my younger brother at the time, during the time of my mom's, her death, and we were arranging it, getting pictures together for the funeral. And I was telling him about what, and what. And, there's some things that he did, but I don't want to say because it will ruin, my, the evidence, whatever. that I gathered. But anyways, and I said, yeah, they came to my apartment and took this, took that. Mama said mama's picture with my dad, and I said, um, some other stuff too, and my um, traffic documents were missing and shit like that. So then he ended up just telling me that, oh, it's the FBI. And I said, FBI for what? He said, well, our brother's in the Panther Club. I said, Panther Clubs? I'm like, I never heard of that before, but of course, I didn't know all the stuff. So when he said that, I said, well, the FBI is not that sloppy to do some shit like that, take shit, you know what I'm saying? And, whatever. But then I came to a conclusion because of my mom's stuff. They were spreading rumors so they can put me in this program, I guess, or false reports or illegal investigations, shit like that. Because now it's all coming together, all this following and harassing. These are local people from the apartment management and real estate, shit like that. And I did get confirmation. They said it's my local sheriff department who was doing it. So it wasn't the FBI. And even if so, because my brother, I always say my older, but he's younger than me. We're in the same age category. But because he's taller than me. So anyways, my younger brother that's under me, he did some kind of, fraudulent stuff, which I didn't even know about it. I kind of suspected it, but I was like, you know what, I'm about to, because he had a store at one point. But long story short, then I thought maybe it's them because they want to find out who was the mastermind behind everything. And then that's when my brother coming around more often, I guess, to take the focus off of him and put it on me, I'm assuming. And same with my ex, the same thing. But then when my other brother had said it was the FBI doing it, I'm like, no, they're not that sloppy. I know that for a fact, you know what I mean? And I had what's that called? They do a background, was it a nationwide background check, and what is it called? The nationwide, like, no-fly list or whatever it's called. I can't remember the name. I'm tired. Like the no-fly list or the terrorist list or whatever it's called. And I'm not on that list. And so I was like, I already knew something else was going on. But these locals were trying to do what they probably saw on TV and movies and shit like that. Because most of them, they don't read anyway. But then I felt that, yeah, it was COINTELPRO, but it was locally, you know what I mean? By harassment, illegal, surveillance and videos in my apartment and watching me and watching my child naked and, shit in my bathroom and just local people coming in and out of my place and they want to befriend me and sleep with me, you know what I mean? I mean, people were telling me these things, but, I couldn't really believe it. I was like, but there's no forced entry, but of course it was the maintenance people who were doing it. But yeah, they're enacting, what they probably saw on TV. Because I remember one guy, I never met him personally in my life, and he contacted me and he said, you should go underground or whatever, off the radar. I said, why? Like, why? Like, tell me why. But they wouldn't say anything. So then I thought, off the radar, I said, well, what's going on? Like, I want to know, like, what? And I started thinking to myself, maybe because when I was poisoned, and my child too, because he's having chest pain, shit like, this is a long story, but the doctors couldn't find nothing wrong with him, or they did blood tests where they had muscle damage, but they were like, it's minor, it's this, it's that, all these excuses, but then I started thinking, I said, then when my ID came up missing, that conversation came to mind, and I said, oh, they're trying to mimic me or commit fraud, and then I thought, my mom had passed that following year, my ID was missing, and it's a lot of stuff that I feel is all premeditated, so then I thought that, and then I was like, well, why should I go underground? Like, I'm not doing shit. Then I thought, because of the child support stuff, okay, well, I have a right to teach people or post my case, for the remedy, whatever. I wasn't getting a remedy, but I'm going to post some more stuff on my channel. But, yeah, I was just sitting here thinking and watching a video on Facebook, And I started reading those programs they did like in the 50s and 60s and 70s. And then I thought locally that's what they're doing, because the FBI is like not really, I mean, they probably are doing it, but it's like they give funding for the locals, like the local sheriff department. But then, they try to smear me so bad. But like me, I don't easily get swayed. You know what I mean? I don't. I've been through so much that doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? And trying to embarrass me and humiliate me and stuff like that. But like I said, I know some of the remedies. See, back then and even now, people think, okay, you go to court, you're gonna sue. Yeah, you can do that for the process, but there's other ways you can get your remedy, and that's what they don't want. And I guess that's why some people say, excuse me, they want to control me. But it's not about the control. It's everything's online. They damaged me and my family from my family court, and I feel left me alone and follow the rules and regulations and the standard of whatever it is in the judiciary. We wouldn't have me going this far at all. And I honestly believe when my mom passed, I felt a weight lifted off my shoulder. But it was more like, it was more like get to work, get busy. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I felt. And, it was very unfortunate. It was like, man, I tell you. But anyways, well, all in all, I was rambling on. I just kind of felt that way, like these locals and these local thugs and drug addicts and everything else, they're trying to enact a program, an illegal program or whatever, what they probably saw on TV, and then they start spreading rumors. But see, the thing is with me, I'm like a creature of, not really of, what's the word? Not really the same routine, but, I just do things in a certain way. So, I mean, granted, they're on my phone, they know where I'm at. I remember one sheriff said, "Where do you live?" And I said, "Oh, I live in this area, like down the street." And they said, "Oh, you live right there?" They knew exactly where I was at because of my phone and my car. You know what I'm saying? So it's no big deal. So, but yeah, that they asked for those rumors. They want to keep tabs on me because, see, the people who were behind it, they knew they were committing fraud, and they wanted to discredit me and put me in this illegal surveillance and hacking and tapping, or whatever you want to call it, eavesdropping. These are local people, you hear me? Now, if I did it to them, better believe it, they'll be suing me right about now. They have a team of people, but over hundreds of people bothering me. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't tripping. And I ain't scared. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Yeah, they do a lot of stuff. So, but anyway, I just wanted to share this, because I was watching a video, and I don't sleep at night. Never have for a very long time. I mean, if I do, if I'm retired, but right now, no. So until next time, you guys stay strong, stay encouraged, and be informed.